Hello again, and how are we all? Right, in my last video I promised to do an unboxing for the Elgato game capture. Um, the reason why this video took a bit longer than expected was because it got so noisy around here it was impossible to record. There was just too much noise going on. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get stuck into this. Alrighty then, so here we are, the Elgato Game Capture HD. Admittedly, I did get into this a bit earlier because I thought I needed a cable that came with it to use with my PlayStation 3. Forgot about the HDMI I bought just before Christmas. So let's have a quick look at the box. Right there on the front, you'll notice the sticker, perfect for next gen, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It is well known that both consoles do have that feature automatically built in, but to me something like this is a little more, I don't know, practical, because I think for some you need, well, I think you need it online in order to use them. I don't know, I don't own a next gen console. So that was the front, that's the side, Elgato along the spine. On the back, we've got your skills immortalized. Record your Xbox or PlayStation gameplay to PC or Mac, with a built-in live streaming feature to YouTube and Twitch, unlimited full HD 1080p capture, flashback recording feature to record retroactively, immediate access and full control of your captures, one-click sharing to YouTube, Facebook and Twitter, lag-free HDMI pass-through to the TV, compact size and easy setup. Now, the technical specifications for the Elgato is the interface is USB 2.0, the input PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, unencrypted HDMI, PlayStation 3, AV in, output HDMI pass-through. Supported resolutions 1080p simultaneous 60 frames per second pass-through and 30 frames per second capture. HDMI 1080p 720 60 or 30 frames per second capture, 576 576i, 480p 480i, 288p 240p. Now for the dimensions of the Elgato itself. The device itself is 33 times 24 109 millimeters, or 2.9 times 1.0 times 4.3 inches. Now the weight of the Elgato itself is about 142 grams or 5 ounces, which is relatively light for a capture card. System requirements. I don't feel like reading all of this. Right, now that's been looked at, let's get in. Okay, so that's first part of the box off, and there we have it, second stage. It actually opens up the other way. Right, so when you first open it up, there we have the getting started guide and the Elgato itself still in its plastic. So in the getting started, which I'll just crack into over here, just a series of cards, it's basically telling you in multiple languages how to set up your Elgato for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One or the Xbox 360. And it's relatively straightforward. Through HDMI, and plug the Elgato to your laptop or Mac or PC or whatever. So there is the Elgato itself. To be honest, when I first looked at this, I was honestly surprised at just how tiny it was when compared to this, the Hallpark HD PVR2 Gaming Edition, which is 16 inches wide by 16 inches deep and 1.5 inches high. So a direct comparison to two of the biggest names in game capture. The Elgato is relatively smaller than the Hallpark, so if you're having a smaller setup, you might want to choose the Elgato over the Hallpark. Despite the fact that the Hallpark does come with some of the features that the Elgato does, including a new streaming feature to Twitch and YouTube, as well as some editing capabilities, but also the Hallpark allows for active game commentary and also a face cam feature as well. That being said, of course, the Elgato does come with a feature. While you are doing commentary, you can set it up in the software you can download from their page, which is currently on the bottom of the screen right now. Basically what this allows you to do is, while you're talking, the Elgato will actually lower the music or whatever is going on with the game. It will lower the game's audio while you're talking, and the second you stop talking, that will raise back up to normal levels. So if you're doing live commentary, it's just that nicer touch, so your commentary isn't overlapping with the game audio, or the game audio being so loud it's drowning out your commentary. So the Elgato is superior to the Hallpark in that respect. That also being said, by the way, the Elgato available on the market, which is what you're seeing on screen now, called the Elgato HD60. Now, as you can expect from the name, what this basically means is, over the Game Capture HD, the HD60 has the ability to capture 1080p video at 60 frames a second, and this matches the output of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. It doesn't sound like much to you watching, but basically what this means is your gameplay capture will be that much more smoother. The other difference is that this has over the Game Capture HD is it has a 1/8-inch analog audio input port. You can use a RCA adapter to import stereo audio. It also comes with a new stream command feature, which is available for the HD as well, which lets you overlay webcam video and other graphics on the top of your stream to make it look a little more presentable. Whereas with the majority of capture devices, you would use something like OBS, Open Broadcasting Software. The Elgato HD60 is also smaller at 112 by 75 by 19 millimeters. So compared with the Elgato, it may be relatively thinner and also lighter at 106 grams or 3.7 ounces. Make the HD60 more expensive, however. While the Game Capture HD cost me $120, this newer one is $140, and it's the same in the US at $140. So essentially, it comes down to personal preference which one of the two you'd get, if you want the full 60 frames a second or not. So onwards with the unboxing. So got the Elgato out, and if you can see it clear as day, there's the HDMI in, which you plug in from your TV to the Elgato. This other input is for component cables, which I'll get to a little bit later on. And there on the other side you've got your HDMI out, which goes to your console, and the micro USB, which goes into your laptop. So that's the device itself. So if we can just put that to the side for a moment and see what else we got in the box here. Open that up. Okay, first thing out is the first one of the many cables you get with the Elgato. This is your HDMI cable. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I originally cracked into this to get this HDMI cable. I completely forgot the one I had bought just before Christmas. So there's one cable you get with the Elgato. Here is your component cable. Stick that to the side. There's your USB from your laptop to the Elgato, so you can interface with the software. And lastly, I'm I'm not that great with cable names. I'm assuming this is the SCART cable. You know, the audio visual cables, I should say. I'm stuck when it comes to technical terms. The reason why Elgato has these, as well as the slot here on the device itself, but would help if you could actually see it, because the Elgato can do something that a lot of modern game captures can't do. Like I said, it has a lot of backwards compatibility, because not only can it work with Xbox One, PlayStation 4, yada yada yada, it can also work with older consoles such as the GameCube and even the Mega Drive if you know how to hook this thing up. I'm not even kidding. The majority of consoles that have come out can be used with this. Super Nintendo, GameCube, PlayStation 2, it can all be hooked up to the Elgato using these cables. Right, so we've done all of that, and that's everything you get with the Elgato. Now, I'll be putting this into use when I get my new laptop in a couple of weeks on the well, actually it's less than a week, it's next week on the 13th, isn't it? So I'll be doing some game capture stuff, and I'll also be streaming on Twitch. The main reason I'm not doing it right now is, like I said in my last update video, because my PC at the moment just doesn't have the RAM to utilize that feature, unfortunately. So that's everything with the Elgato Game Capture. A quick little unboxing there for all of you. Now, with everyone getting tons of consoles these days, some of you may be wondering how capture is done for handheld consoles such as the 3DS and PlayStation Vita. For you guys, I'll be putting links in the description for a capture kit for both consoles. Now, these are relatively expensive, just a heads up there, but what you get with them is usually it's a modified console with a USB input and some custom capture software. I just want to say sorry if this video seemed a bit rushed in many ways, but hopefully next week when I get my new laptop, I'll be doing an unboxing for that and also a setup video for the Elgato. So that pretty much wraps this up. Sorry if it wasn't a little more technical for all of you out there, but I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.